Hello, hello. This week's video is going to be pretty short actually because we don't actually have a lot to discuss, but you are starting your first essay, so yay! So week 5, you can see we're going to talk about the narrative essay, you're going to read a story, and then your complete rough draft is due by 11:59 on Saturday, September 26th. It says via email, but that's a lie. I'm not going to have you turn it in on email. I'm going to have you turn it in on Blackboard. So under course content, where we have everything, there will be a week 5 folder, and this says it's not available yet. It will be when you're viewing this video. So just click on the week 5. And it pulls all this up. So you have your narrative essay assignment sheet, you have your narrative essay example, your narrative essay rubric, and then see right here we have our pre-write and rough draft submission link. So this is going to be just like the journal. You're going to go in and you're going to, don't write your submission, attach files, drag and drop. For your rough draft, please submit it as a .doc. Or .docx or something. If you submit it as like a PDF or a PowerPoint, I can't properly alter it, and I can't do the sort of editing that I want to do. So try to make sure that your rough draft is a .doc or .docx or .docm. Again, if you're using Google Docs, if you're using Word, that shouldn't be a problem at all. It should already automatically be in that. Now remember, your pre-write can be anything. So if you want to handwrite your pre-write, take a picture and upload the picture on here, that's fine. All your pre-write needs to show me is that you put your ideas down before you started writing your paper. And we've talked about pre-writing before, so if you have questions about that, go back and watch that video in the writing process where I talk about pre-writing. And if you have additional questions, you can email me. But you will need to upload 2 documents or one picture and 1 document. One will be your pre-write and one will be your rough draft. So let's take a look at the assignment sheet real fast. So first, we might want to talk a little bit about what a narrative is. So your syllabus says we have a PowerPoint, but I decided not to do a PowerPoint for narrative because narrative essays are really easy, actually. A narrative is just a story. That's literally all it is. You're just telling me a story. That's it. And like any good story, you're going to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Bada bing, bada boom, done. Okay? So I do give you an example, and it's The Look by Larry Lenaugh. And this is really, really good. It talks about how he was in prison and how, he had this mask that he would wear and how he got rid of it. But it's a very good example of a personal narrative, which is what you're going to be writing. You're going to be writing a personal narrative. This is a story about you. So on the assignment sheet, essay must be in MLA format. I have a PowerPoint on Blackboard. For that, points will be deducted if it doesn't follow the MLA format. Your essay has to be at least 3 pages and no more than 4. Essay must follow essay instructions, including prompt. So here's our due dates. So your pre-write and your rough draft are both due this Saturday, September 26th by 11:59 on Blackboard. I just showed you that link. Peer review, we're going to start that next week. That'll be due next Saturday, October 3rd via email, and we'll talk about that next week, and I'll explain how all of that's going to work in another video. And then your final draft is due Saturday, October 10th on Blackboard. It'll be a submission link just like everything else. So here are your prompts, and this is the stuff you want to know about. So you can write about a significant moment in your life. This can be anything from a profound realization that you had to the birth of a child. A lot of people do write about the birth of their children. So that's a really good one to do. Some people write about One, I had a lady who wrote about overcoming her addiction. She did that one for Write About a Time When You Did Something You Did Not Think You Could Do. Someone wrote about how they went from being homeless to into college. Just, this is really just a story about you and something that you think is a significant moment or a time when you did something you didn't think you could do. That's really all this essay is. It's pretty. I've tried to start you out with something kind of simple. I did have one student who wrote. He was from somewhere in Asia. I don't remember where, but he wrote about how they moved from there. How the process of becoming a United States citizen, and how they were trying to do it because he had a parent who was sick, and they were trying to move to the U.S. because they had the treatment that his parent needed, and he wrote about all of that, and it was very, very good. So you can write about all kinds of things like that, and everybody has a story. I have a journalism degree, so I fully believe that everybody has a story. Even if it's not, some grand, great, wonderful story, and you might not think it's interesting, but it is to other people. Everybody has a story, and that's what I'm asking you for in this essay. I'm just asking you to tell me that story. So pretty simple, has to be 3 pages, no more than 4. Don't make me read a bunch, because there are, I think, 75 of you, and I don't want to read. I can't even do that math, okay? Don't make me do it. Don't give me more than 4 pages. So this is what your essay is, and this is your prompt. I mean, I give you the example of the look, which is a really good one, and you can read his story. And let's see, I also give you the rubric, and this is just, I'm not really going to go over this, but I will show it to you. But this just shows you what I'm using to grade your final draft. You have to have a creative introduction, a clear logical sense of order, and at least 3 good supporting points. Now, what I mean by supporting points is essentially just that your essay flows logically. Like, it goes from A, B, C, D. It doesn't go C, A, B, D. It just, like I said in the beginning, it's a story. A story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. All good stories do. Word usage, vivid language, we talked about not using very, a lot of. That's what I mean when I say vivid language. We're using, like starving or furious, those kinds of words. 3 or fewer contractions, no forbidden words, no very, no a lot of, no you, none of that. You can use you if you're writing in some dialogue between you and somebody else. You can have some you in that. Major grammar errors, run-on sentences, comma splices, sentence fragments, all of that stuff. I only allow you 1 to 2 in this essay. Any more than 6, and it's an F. So for this section, minor grammar errors, that's like incorrect comma placement, incorrect apostrophes, that kind of thing. I said I wasn't going to go over this, and here I am going over this. Format is MLA format. And then here's some potential subtractions that you can have. You miss your length requirement, little to no clear effort to revise from previous revisions, and final draft not submitted on Blackboard. This one is more for in class, so probably nobody's going to have to worry about that. But this one is a big one. Okay, if I make suggestions about how to improve or change your essay, you should really consider taking them. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one grading it. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I want. So you should take those suggestions. And again, you will be peer reviewing each other's paper next week. So that'll be exciting, and you'll get to do some of that on your own. I think that's everything about the narrative essay. I did want to tell you, everybody turned in their grammar homework. and I looked it over. Everybody remembers. What did I assign that in week 3? Week 2. Ooh, it's been a minute, huh? Yeah, this grammar packet. So everybody turned that in, and well, not everybody, but most people. And so I went through it, and I looked at everybody's, and I was actually really impressed with how everybody did. Usually I have about a 50-50 split of people who do really well and people who don't do very well at all. But this time I would say it's more like 80-20. So I'm really impressed with y'all with how well you did with this. So what I did was I just gave everybody credit for doing it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to record another video at some point later this week, giving you the answers for each of these. And then I'll post that, and so you can go through with your own copy of it where you did the work and see what you missed and all that kind of stuff. And then if you have additional questions beyond that, of course you can let me know, and I'll explain why you missed something, or maybe especially on these, I may say to do it one way and you're like, okay, well I did it this way, and both ways are right. So we can have those conversations if you want to let me know, have any questions about that. So that's what's up with that. I think that's everything. So this week, what you have to do is you have to do a pre-write and write your rough draft about a significant moment in your life or a time when you did something you didn't think you could do for your narrative essay. If you have any questions, I know this is your first essay, but this is a really low pressure essay because it is about you, and you don't have to have your thesis, you don't have to have all of that mess. It's just a story about your life. Or not really even your life, just a significant moment in your life. I don't need the whole life story, just a significant moment. But it's just a story. You don't have to, this one isn't really one that you have to overthink too much. You do want to think about your grammar and that kind of thing. But as far as content, it's just about you. So it's easy as far as that is concerned. So don't overthink this one, the content of this one too much. Just try to focus on your grammar and all of that. So I think that's everything. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, email me, text me, call me. Again, if you call me and I don't answer, leave me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Same thing with texting. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. What else? I think that's everything. So have a good week, a good rest of your weekend. I will see y'all in the next video, and I'm sure I will talk to many of you between now and then. So do people still say I'll catch you on the flip side? I'm showing my age, aren't I? All right. Well, I'll see y'all later then.